Hi, my name is Emily and welcome to my channel. Today we're going to be making lasagna and I hope that you really enjoy. I'm going to put a picture of all the spices. I'll do a bit of a tutorial on how I do it, and then I'll leave the description down below, and I'll also leave it on the back page so that you can check it out. And if you want just the instructions and you don't want to watch the video, you can go to the very end and I will have them up and you can just pause the video and the instructions will be there. All right, great. Thanks. I like a lot of garlic, as you can see. So I'm just sauteing that a little bit in the oil. Next, we're going to put in the ground beef and we're going to cook all of that up. And I'll show me putting in some of the spices and how much I put in. So for this lasagna, you're going to want to make sure that you get oven ready pasta, so that you don't have to boil it first. I'm using oven ready for this. Just makes things so much easier. I'm sorry if you can hear the meat in the background. Then we're going to use chopped garlic, black pepper, Himalayan pink salt. This is Garden Select Parmesan and Romano cheese. I'm also using garlic and olive oil, stewed tomatoes. This is just a brick of old cheddar. We're going to need cottage cheese. I got 2%. It doesn't really matter if you want to go less than that. I also got ricotta. I got the extra smooth one because I just thought it would be easier. And then we're going to also use Italian seasoning. So right now I'm just cooking up the grass-fed ground beef. You don't need grass-fed. Just get whatever kind of ground beef you have at your store or you can afford. I'm just putting in salt and pepper to taste and Italian seasoning. Just coat it as much as you like your spices. I would say one tablespoon or maybe a little more. It depends on how much you prefer that. And yeah, I'm just cooking that up, and then we'll begin putting together our lasagna as soon as the ground beef is done. Hi, so we're on to the next phase where we're going to actually build the lasagna. So if you're ready for that, stay tuned. Here we go. Here we have the cottage cheese and the ricotta. Next we have the ground beef we just made and the garlic. We have some shredded cheese. And then we have the pasta sauce and the tomatoes. So let's start building. Oh, and the noodles. So let's start building. Okay, so next we're gonna just break up our noodles, make sure it fits our pan. And then we're gonna start by adding a little bit of sauce because we want to make sure the noodles are submerged in the wetness so that they can you know, warm up and noodle up. Next, I'm going to be doing the ground beef. So we're going to take our ground beef, and I'm just going to add a little layer there. Add a layer there. Make sure you kind of know what, you know, where you're at, because you don't want to use too much or too little and then end up with a bunch of extra. And then we're going to go in with this is our cottage cheese and our ricotta. So we're going to go in with that. I like a healthy portion of that. I find it just makes it so creamy and so delicious. And so we're going to go on with a layer of that next. And oh, this is looking amazing. And then I also, this is optional, but I like mine really, really cheesy and creamy. So we're gonna add some cheese here. I'm gonna add some cheese here. And then, well, some shredded cheese. Not like we haven't added some other cheese. And then this is where I'm gonna add in a bit of those tomatoes, those diced tomatoes. I'm just gonna make sure everything is even. Make sure everything is even, and then we're gonna do another layer now. So, this is where we start getting out more of our noodles. So we got the sauce going, noodles. I do about 4, but this is just what fits my pan. And then a little bit more sauce, a little bit more sauce. And then we're gonna go in with our meat again. This is layer number 2. And this is gonna be our final layer because my pan is not big enough for another layer. Or my, yeah, so this is layer number 2. This is the final. And so here's all the meat on top. And then we're gonna go in again with our ricotta and our cottage cheese. We're gonna use up everything because that's what we do. If you have leftovers, that we'll use it for another recipe, obviously. But I do not, so we're gonna go with this. And yeah, then I'm gonna go in with another layer of cheese, and that'll be our final. I'm just gonna go in with a little bit more sauce. And some noodles on the top. Some noodles on the top. And then we're gonna just top it with shredded cheese. And that's gonna be the end of the recipe. And well, the end of what we need to do before we make it. So, now that we have the noodles there, we're gonna put on our final layer of cheese here. I may need a little more shredded cheese. I might not have gotten enough out here. That's okay. We have more. We have lots more. So let's just get the rest of our cheese on here. And I'm just gonna get a little bit more cheese, and I'll be right back. Okay, now that I have the desired amount of cheese that I would like, I'm gonna put some foil over the top. You gotta be careful though. One time I put too much cheese, dripped in the oven, created a little bit of a stir up. So anyways, I'm gonna put this in the oven. I'm gonna put it at 400 degrees. For 50 minutes. Now this is gonna be based on your oven, but that works for me, 50 minutes. And then I put it on for 5 to 10 minutes on broil. But you wanna take, after 50 minutes, you wanna take the foil off. So you're gonna take the foil off, and then you're gonna put it back in and then broil just the cheese on top to give it a little bit of a crisp up. So let's throw it in the oven for 50 minutes and see how it goes.